Good evening, everyone. It's Friday night. It's time for some more WWCA history. And tonight we're going to attempt to get through May of 1950. Give me a second as I got to share it. Try to get some viewers. Again, like last week, when we're in between shows like this, you know, it's not a big deal. Well, you know, I'm talking modern. I'm Vinny Vincent. Blah, blah, blah. When I go on to the show itself, the May shows, before I hit start, I will announce that I'm going into character mode, and I'm going to be the announcer at that point, which would be my grandfather, Edmund Vincent. For those of you just joining us, a little bit of history. WWCA is something I wrote in my early 20s. In my 30s, I started again. It just turns out it's hard to do. I don't have a lot of time to write, but I've always had this in my head. My son and I have created a bunch of the wrestlers, and we're in 1950. This is WWE 2K19. I do plan on upgrading to 2K23. I anticipate getting it for my birthday in a couple weeks, and at that point, my son and I will start for getting the 1951 stuff ready on that game. I've heard really good, positive things about that so far. I got to share it one more time, one more conversation, and then so. Feel free to comment on this. Don't worry about, you know, how I might be editing it to put it up for future, because I could always cut that half the screen off. All right, where are we? It's May. It's May 1950. The next show would be May 5th. The way I wrote it is, back in the 50s, wrestling was pretty much a Friday night thing on television. So this is Canadian television. I tell the story that my grandfather had the capital in the late 1949 to go up and rent Friday nights at the Ottawa Auditorium. It helps that they don't have a major hockey team or you know, at the time, so that's good. I don't have to worry. But this is fantasy, so I'm not going to get too much into worrying about real-life conflicts and all that. But May 5th, the champion is Chief Brown Bear. He won the title on April 14th over Vern Gagne. However, that's not the way I wrote it, so the video game is definitely delving away from reality. The May 5th show, there's two matches that we're going to be looking at, and as I set them up, I'll go ahead and we don't want that, so how do I delete that? I don't want to call out. Especially him looking like that. I don't want this call out. How do I get rid of this? Well, I guess we could just simulate that. That's not a big deal. So, this first match, alright. We're going to customize the match under standard WWCA rules, which means 60-minute time limit. Shinji Magamuchi. Up against Tex Riley. Now, Tex Riley was a real wrestler at the time. You can Google him. You can look him up. The original writing of this match, Tex Riley defeated Shinji Magamuchi in 24 minutes and 7 seconds. If you go on YouTube and look up some of the 1950-style wrestling matches, you're going to find out they're much, but you know, it's the best I can do. If I was a brilliant man and can go create my own video games, then it'd be different. All right. The second match features an NFL legend Oh, you know what I need to do too? I need to take... Hold on. That's right, he's... Where is he? For some reason, his name is at the end of... There it is, Bronco Nagurski. Now we want to turn entrance off because we don't have entrances in 1950. They're not a thing. And he's taking on Danny Dusek, who also... So both these guys are real. You can look them up. Danny Dusek was a member of a tag team, the Dusek Brothers, the Fighting Dusek Brothers. I got to go back and take the... what is taking so long? I go back and take the entrance off this one. Which means I'm going to have to go through the whole thing. Hopefully the... Nope. So, thank you for bearing with me, you guys watching. Feel free to comment. I will answer you when we're not in show. When we are in show, obviously, will not answer you, but... Okay, so that's it. We're going to go into the show. We're going to simulate the Verne Gagne promo, because that's not needed. There were no in-ring... I really wish I could just close or cancel this. Let me try one more time to... I guess I can't. Oh well. Wish there was some way to... Oh well. Okay. So now we're going to enter the show, and I will become my grandfather, Edmund Vincent. I'm going to do my best to try and talk like it's 1950, so bear with me. In 3, 2, 1... Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Wrestling at the Ottawa Auditorium, up here in Ottawa, Canada. It is May now. As the calendar turns to May, we've got an exciting night of action for you. We've got 2 matches on the card that are sure to bring you excitement, sure to bring you wrestling at its purest. It is the sport of kings, and tonight we have just those type of matches, just those type of men waiting to make it in the wrestling world. Match, Tex Riley versus Shinji Magamuchi. So let's head down to the ring to see what kind of action they can bring for us. Tex had a big April, having a couple matches. Shinji made his debut. Tex Riley, just for those of you, he's from Muleshoe, Texas. He likes to finish his opponents off with a sleeper hold. He is making his 4th appearance here on Wrestling at the Auditorium. Shinji Magamuchi, he's making his 3rd appearance. He is from Pyongyang, North Korea, and by order of the dictator, he has to finish off his opponents with a knockout punch. So let's get down to the ring to see how this match goes. The crowd, no doubt, will be in favor of old Tex Riley. Riley in the light trunks, Magamuchi in the singlet. As they lock up, Riley's got a hold of the left arm to start things off. Magamuchi getting out of it, though, however. Remember, these matches have a 60-minute time limit. If they go the distance, it's more credit to the stamina of these professional wrestlers. Riley, 33 years of age, wrestling out of Texas. He makes his way up to Canada once again to show off his wares. Not a lot is known about Magamuchi other than him being from Pyongyang. It is said that he's 38 years old on his bio, but one's not sure if we can actually trust those bios coming out of North Korea at this time. Magamuchi with a slap, but Riley's got a size advantage, he's got a speed advantage. And he is now taking apart the North Korean. Magamuchi not to be outdone. whips Riley and delivers a knee to the gut on the big Texan. Early back and forth action as Riley throws Magamuchi across the ring. And then a haymaker from the long, tall Texan. He's got him up on his shoulders in a fireman's carry. Devastating move there as he drops him across the top rope. Those ropes, they're not pleasant, ladies and gentlemen. Riley now going to work on the left leg, or the right leg, I should say. But Magamuchi reverses it. There is a lot of spunk, a lot of fight in the man from north of the border on the Korean War, of the Korean War pairing. He's got him in a hammerlock now. Tex trying to get to his feet. Not sure if he's going to be able to. Magamuchi's really got this locked in tight. Riley, if he cannot get out of this, he might have to give up. Oh, Riley is over to a knee. And there he's got the leverage. And with that height advantage, he is able to knock Magamuchi off his feet. But that left arm, folks, has got to be killing Riley at this point. He's going to have to learn how to dig down and find some way to persevere. The crowd going nuts in favor of Tex Riley. Riley missing with a lariat. And Magamuchi with those lethal feet going right back to work. He's cold, he's calculated. He's bitter at everything from North America. He wants total annihilation, and he's going for the cover. The first cover of the bout. But Riley is able to kick out at 2. Magamuchi. That could be the knockout punch right there, folks. He cocked back and just delivered it, and I think Riley is out on his feet. And whether the referee likes it or not, he's got to count the 3 count. And we have a winning match from the knockout punch for the North Korean. It's a dirty maneuver, folks. It is not a wrestling hold in any sense of the imagination. But you have a 5 count in professional wrestling to stop cheating, and all it takes is 1 second on those lethal punches. Magamuchi should be in a boxing ring, not a wrestling ring, with that kind of maneuver. He gets the pinfall over Tex Riley and gets the win, and that is going to help him continue to climb up the rankings here at Canadian Wrestling from Ottawa. The champion, of course, the Chief Brown Bear, who's been champion for about 3 weeks now, 21 days. And it'll be interesting to see who Brown Bear's next challenger is going to be. Could it be Shinjay Magamuchi? It'll be interesting to see. Don't go anywhere, though. We've got another match coming your way, ladies and gentlemen, here on Friday Night Wrestling from the Ottawa Auditorium. This next bout is going to feature an NFL legend and a former champion of the gridiron in Bronco Nagurski, up against Danny Dusek. Both these men come into this bout having competed last month. Bronco, he had quite the rivalry going, if you remember, with Danny Dusek. Nagurski, the light-haired man in the dark trunks, starting right off with a vicious kick, the same way he put down the New York Giants on the gridiron. Nagurski is from Rainy River, Ottawa, the hometown favorite pretty much. He likes to finish off his opponents with a body block. He is 41 years old and making his 3rd appearance here on Friday Night Wrestling. But Danny Dusek is not one to be held back. Danny Dusek from Union County. He's 40 auditorium. Nagurski showing his wares and what he did for George Halas on the NFL field, winning NFL championships in the 1930s, coming out of retirement during the World War to help the Bears along the way. Both men outside now as Nagurski has Dusek where he wants him. Where's he taking him? Could he be taking him out to a football field? No, he's going to whip him into the guardrail. Oh, head first Dusek. I don't know how Dusek's going to be able to continue. Head first Somehow he's able to find some energy and knock Nagurski off his feet. Punch to the gut. These two men are going to get counted out. I don't even think they care right now. That is a tackle from the gridiron to the wrestling ring, folks. 9 count. One more count and both these men are going to be counted out. We have a double count out. Ladies and gentlemen, a double count out. Nagurski and Dusek both forgot what they were doing. And the match ends in a draw. No winner. Alright, so that is it for the portion of the May 5th. This next match is, because I hit next match, I have to go through the motions, but we're back to modern day 2023. So, what did you think of the first 2 matches of May? Remember, wrestling was about an hour-long show back then. And, as I said when I told you the original ratings, those 2 matches, the Riley Magamuchi. See, Riley was supposed to win that match. So right away we have a change in pace. Riley was supposed to win in 24 minutes and 7 seconds. It was more along the lines of 4 minutes. Nagurski was supposed to beat Dusek by pinfall in 18 minutes and 55 seconds. That's the way I wrote the original show. Not the way it happened, obviously, tonight. Let's, come on, get through this loading. Hopefully for 2K23 they okay, and the entrances are on for this, obviously. We just want to...
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
We just want to skip ahead because this match doesn't actually happen. It's a 2-match show for May 5th. May 12th will also be a 2-match show. Actually, Andrew Toughman Connor will be on the May 12th... Alright, so we want to quit match. And then he will be on the May 12th show as he wrestles a Canadian Destroyer. So that'll be the next one. Alright, so we want to simulate... Let's simulate this. Nagurski apparently had 2 matches that night. Al Mills, Conrad Williams. This one doesn't really matter. Martin Brialt and the Cardiff Giant. Okay, so we're going to the next show. Has anybody else played 2K19 or any of the WWE 2Ks? 23, I've heard really good things about it, and it's gotten really positive reviews, so... Alright, there's another 2-show match. WWCA standard. Nope, no, not female. Custom Superstars. Andrew Toughman Connor versus the Canadian Destroyer. Entrance is off. Confirm. Accept. Now in that match, the way it was written, Andrew Toughman Connor defeated the Canadian Destroyer by pinfall in 25 minutes and 15 seconds. The second match, this one features a couple guys that I grew up knowing. So one of the things about the fantasy is a lot of my characters are based on people I knew. They are not meant to actually represent them. They are just stand-ins. Carol Fadden defeated Bing Tormey in my original rating in 20 minutes and 43 seconds. So let's see now. So Connor and Fadden are supposed to get the wins. Let's see what happens. Alright. I'm going to be starting the show. It's May 12th. In 3, 2, 1. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Ottawa Auditorium. It's Friday Night Wrestling. Tonight, another fantastic show. We've got wrestlers from all over the world coming to Ottawa to compete on the largest ring in Canada to see who is the best. Our first match is going to feature Andrew Toughman Connor, who will have a title shot next week. So he needs to continue his win streak if he's going to go into that match next week against the Chief Brown Bear with momentum on his side. He'll be facing the fan favorite here, the Canadian Destroyer. Andrew Toughman Connor from Swansea, Wales, making his fourth appearance here on Friday nights against the fan favorite, the Canadian Destroyer out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, wrestling in his fifth match. Of course, he was involved in the original tournament to crown the first ever Canadian champion that was won by Wild Bill Longson on January 27th. Who then lost the belt to Vern Gagne on February 17th, Chief Brown Bear on April 14th. It's May 12th, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head down to the action. Connor, heavier than the Destroyer. Destroyer wearing a mask, but the Destroyer is coming off fast. He wants to show the booking committee that perhaps he's the one who deserves the championship match next week, not Andrew Toughman Connor. Destroyer is all over Connor right from the outset. The 30-year-old Canadian Destroyer out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Connor coming right back with a vicious forearm. There are no pushovers. A trapezius hold from the Canadian Destroyer. The Destroyer likes to finish off his maneuvers with the high-flying action, while Connor, he's more of a ground man. He likes to keep the action down near the mat where he can potentially force his opponents into submission. Destroyer chopping. Several chops, both knife edge and slaps. Connor with a vertical suplex. A snap suplex, if you will. Connor now getting the Destroyer back to his feet. He's going to whip the man into the corner and follows in with a devastating clothesline in the corner. But the Destroyer is not done yet, as these two men looking to dominate and win. Connor dragging Destroyer into the middle ring. He's going for the cover. First cover of the match. But he cannot even get a 1 count. Destroyer caught Connor's arm and he fights back with a flip, putting Connor on his back. But that does not hold down the Wales native for long, as he gets back up and he is just delivering forearm after forearm into the back of the Canadian Destroyer. Now the front side, and Destroyer's down on a knee. Whipping him back into the center of the ring. Connor using his full body weight to bring the Destroyer down face first. And he gets the 3 count. So next week he challenges Chief Brown Bear in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the Canadian Heavyweight Championship. He comes in here tonight and gets an easy win against the Canadian Destroyer, using his weight advantage to his aid. The Destroyer was game, but he was not enough to stop Andrew Toughman Connor.
Here is your winner.
And he is telling the fans all about how dominant he is and how he is going to take the title next week from the Brown Bear. We'll see next week here on Friday Night Wrestling at the Ottawa Auditorium. Now with the next match. Here's an interesting combination. Army veteran Bing Tormey is making his debut out of Onchiotta, New York. He, the same hometown area that yours truly is from. Saw him working out. Asked him if he wanted to give this thing a try, and here he is. Carol Fadden, also out of Onchiotta, New York. He is making his 3rd appearance, folks. Let's go down to ring and see how this one holds up. So, hard to see which one's which. We know Fadden has a mustache. Tormy is wrestling in the singlet. Fadden in the light trunks. Bing Tormy, he's just 27 years old, a youngster in the world of professional wrestling. Carol Fadden, however, even younger, 24. The future of Canadian wrestling here, folks. The thing is, they probably drove up together. Found out they were wrestling each other. Neighbors in a small town in the Adirondacks. Tormy has Fadden. They're not letting go. The referee has to try and force them apart. Let's see if it remains cordial between Fadden and Tormy. A suplex. And now he's gonna. Fadden's gonna take to the stomping on Bing Tormy. Driving him knee first. I don't know if these two will end up driving together back home together after the match. A lot of hurt feelings and bad blood can develop in these contests. Tormy missing with a kick. Fadden coming out with a suplex and dropping him down back first. Carol Fadden showing off some athletic ability. Driving the knee into the back of Bing Tormy's head. We mentioned Tormy, a veteran of the Second Great War, the Second World War. Fadden kind of taking a few seconds to showboat. Tormy now in control, driving Fadden face first in the turnbuckle. Knocking him backwards. That momentary bout of braggadocio-ness from Carol Fadden has cost him, and Tormy is taking control of the match. Now he's going to work on the knee. And when I spoke with Tormy earlier, he said he likes to go to the sleeper hold and try and put his opponents to sleep. Fadden, on the other hand, also likes to use submission, a nerve hold, a driving Tormy down back first, kind of a spine breaker type maneuver, and Fadden's going to go for the cover. But Tormy is able to kick out at 1 count. The sport of kings, who indeed are the kings of professional wrestling. That's what we find out each and every Friday night here at the Ottawa Auditorium. As the springtime heats up, the action here on Friday nights also heats up. Next week, the Chief Brown Bear will be defending the Canadian Championship against Andrew Toughman Connor. And we'll also have a special announcement next week before that match begins. Tormy has got the sleeper hold, but he cannot put Fadden away. Fadden with a high knee. Now a vicious right. And Fadden with a chop to the chest, and he pulls Tormy into the middle. Gonna go for a cover here. But Tormy is able to kick out. Fadden is up. Waiting for Tormy now. Measuring. He's got something calculated. Gonna go back to that chop. A vicious forearm. And back to the cover. And Carol Fadden with the victory, ladies and gentlemen. He is able to get the win in his matchup against his neighbor. Tormy's debut does not go according to plan. But Carol Fadden gets the win. We did not see him in the month of April. However, here in mid-May. He is reminding the Canadian officials that he is worth a shot, worth a look, and he's going to come away with a winner's side of the purse. Remember, in professional wrestling, you get paid to win. You do not get paid to show up. Thanks for joining us this night. We will see you next week at a big title match on May 19th edition of Friday Night Wrestling at the Auditorium. All right, so there was a little bit. You saw a matchup with a real person, a couple matchups with some of my characters. When we get in further in the 1980s and stuff, now this is something that definitely would never happen in the 1950s, a triple threat or a fatal four-way. You know what? I'm going to pick my grandfather to win, my other grandfather. Why not? Connor. Oh, we got to go with the champ. Again, the default for Gagne is the 1980s look bald, but when he does wrestle for us, NWA champion Luthez. He won't have that. There is a secondary with hair, because in 1950 Vern Gagne did have hair. If you're familiar with AWA wrestling and all that at the time, you know, that's what we had. All right, May 19th. May 19th. It's long before Kane was born, don't worry. One match was on the card. One match. A championship match for the Canadian heavyweight champion. And the original booking had Whipper Billy Watson defeating Andrew Toughman Connor 2 falls to 1 in 53 minutes and 18 seconds. Obviously, we know the video game, they're not going to go that long. Thankfully, I wouldn't have any audience. Whipper Billy Watson was never champion in this universe. Never champion. So, instead, we're on our... And in that writing, Watson was the only champion at the time. Instead, here, this writing, we're already at a third champion, Chief Brown Bear. So let's go ahead and... the challenger, Andrew Toughman Connor, against the champion. We want to turn the title match on. We got to select championship. I don't know why. There's only, one belt on them, but... Alright, so that's the only match that matters. Okay, so this May 19th episode, starting in 3, 2, 1. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting edition of Canadian Championship Wrestling from the Ottawa Auditorium. Tonight, we've got a beauty. The title is on the line. Andrew Toughman Connor has been on a winning streak as of late, and he is going to get his shot at the Bear, Big Chief Brown Bear, making his first title defense here on Friday nights. Bear defeated Vern Gagne just over a month ago, 35 days to be exact, and tonight he's going to put the title on the line against Chief Brown Bear, against Andrew Toughman Connor. Let's take a look at the action here. Connor, in his 5th appearance on Friday nights against the Chief, making his 4th appearance. The Chief Brown Bear he is from Coquitlam, British Columbia. Connor from Swansea, Wales. Connor favors the Russian leg sweep, whereas the Brown Bear favors the deathlock. Connor, 33 years old. Chief Brown Bear, 27 years old. Let's see how this match goes. It is a 2 out of 3 falls match. Time permitting. Let's see what happens. Brown Bear in the singlet. And Connor coming off firing fist, but Brown Bear doesn't seem phased at all. In fact, he grabs Connor by the neck, whips him down, and then takes him out with a leg sweep. Clubbing forearm to the back, but Connor comes from behind. Brown Bear is able to get off the shoulders, reverse it into a falling backwards maneuver, and drops a leg across Connor's neck. And we've got a headlock now. There's a wear down hold. The Chief is in excellent shape, winning the title from Vern Gagne 2 falls to 1. 35 days ago, he's making his first defense, however. You are supposed to defend the title once every 30 days. He has defended it across Canada. This is his first TV television defense. Coming to you live from the Ottawa Auditorium on this brilliant May night here. Connor now has control of the Brown Bear. Shoulder block from the champion, however. And the crowd is loving it. They are big-time fans of this man. And he knocks Connor over the top rope. Going to follow him to the outside. The champion's advantage, remember, for Connor to win this championship, he has to take 2 falls. And the second fall cannot be by disqualification or countout. It has to be a pinfall or submission. Canadian Championship rules. Back inside the ring, Connor, with a little bit of a weight advantage, puts the forearm into Brown Bear. European uppercut. See what he did there is he put his head right underneath Connor's jaw, drops down to his knees, and that forces the momentum in the acceleration into Connor's jaw, racking his brains. But Connor doesn't let that stop him. He comes right back, going for the pinfall. 2 count. That was a close 2 count. I thought Connor had the first fall. As we said last week, we have a huge announcement. The winner of this match next week will try to add a second gold to his repertoire, as NWA World Champion Lou Thez will come to town and put the title on the line against the champion, whoever wins this match. So there's not going to be a lot of time to rest. They're going to get a chance to win a bigger title, though, so you know whoever it is going to be up for the challenge. Brown Bear with another one of those jaw-jacking type maneuvers. Some quick forearm work. Connor, though, deliberate. And that deliberate maneuver probably cost him there. And this time, Connor clotheslining Brown Bear over the top rope. And he takes a minute to show the fans just how proud of that accomplishment he is. Brown Bear now going to work on the left leg with Connor. But Connor comes right back with a clothesline into the ring. The hard edge of the wrestling ring. Remember, they have a 10 count to get back in the ring. Connor throwing his shoulder into Bear. The referee is up to a 6 count. 8 count. The Chief, I think the Chief beat the count and gets the first fall. Barely beating the count back in the ring, but there is no time to waste. There's no break. Connor now down 1 fall to none. And that first fall going to the Bear as he had his head in the game. Connor, however, has done some damage so far, going for the pinfall. And he gets the fall, so we're tied at 1. So now we're at the ultimate fall here. The winner will get, and for Connor to win the title, he has got to win by pinfall or submission. They've got to keep the action inside the ring. Brown Bear with a shoulder block. Snapmare taking Connor down and locks him in the headlock. Both these men have been at it full force so far this match. 2 quick falls. Brown Bear getting the count out fall. And Connor, a pinfall. Kind of surprising. Connor dragging himself back up now. That's not, remember, he cannot win the title if he's outside the ring. That's not where he wants Brown Bear. Connor doing damage, however. Brown Bear blocks the punch, comes back with one of his own, and a forearm, and throws Connor back into the ring. And the champion, who wrestles barefoot, mind you, he gets back in the ring himself, deciding what to do as he waits for Connor to get up. Connor blocking a shot, forearm into the face, another forearm, maybe more like an elbow. He's got the champ rocked in, the Brown Bear is down. Picking the champ back up, he's going to deliver a shoulder breaker. Folks, we could have a new champion right here. No! Chief Brown Bear kicks out. Lou Thez, sitting back in America somewhere, watching this on his television set, no doubt. A leg sweep from Connor. This could be it. That is his favorite maneuver. No, the champion finds resilience and kicks back out. I tell you cannot keep the big Indian down. Connor driving the knee into Brown Bear's neck. A snapmare takedown. He is dominating this match at this point. Gets Brown Bear up on the shoulders. No reversal. Bringing Connor head first into the mat. The Chief is waiting. He waited for Connor to roll over. Now he's going to go to work on that leg. Remember, the Indian Deathlock is his finisher. The power from the champion to pick the large Connor up off the ground and suplex him. Driving Connor face first into the ring. Brown Bear going for the cover. And we have a winner. Brown Bear retains the championship. It looked for a while like Connor was going to get the win. Connor was dominating. He even delivered his side Russian leg sweep. But the Brown Bear is able to pull it out and get the win. And next week we'll challenge Lou Thez for the National Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Championship, the World Championship. So right now, Brown Bear is champion of Canada. He gets a chance to be champion of the world next week. That'll be an impressive feat if the young man from British Columbia can pull it off. We've yet to see Thez here in Ottawa, so that's going to be an exciting matchup. Be sure to tune in next week on Friday Night Wrestling from the Ottawa Auditorium. Congratulations once again to the champion, the Big Chief, Brown Bear. Alright, so let's get through the rest of this show, and then we will do that. May 26th will be the last show of May. Moving through things pretty quickly. We're going to go with Williams, my grandfather. Arnold, Adam Allen, and Freddie Franks. Lance Parker, Cardiff Giant. We'll go with both of them former champions, so that could be a good rivalry. We'll go with Longson, both of them former Canadian champions. Nagurski. Again, these matches didn't happen, but for some reason the show is set up or 2 hour, I don't know, an 8-match show. So let's advance to the May 26th edition. Only one show, one match on the show, and one of the things back in the day when you had territory wrestling, your world champion would go from territory to territory defending the title. So this is not uncommon for something like this to happen. It is going to be a one fall match, however, because it's the NWA rules, and technically technically, the NWA rules, if you get thrown over the top rope, it's a disqualification, match is over. However, we're going to be in a world where we pretend that that's not a rule, because it's not a rule on any video game that WWE has ever put out. The other thing is that, again, we are in a fantasy world, so if Brown Bear does win this match and become NWA champion, Lou Thesz's matches, I guess, and I don't know how that's going to work. Because whenever I usually do a versus a world champion from another company, I never book the guy to beat the real life champion. So I don't know. That'll be interesting. If I was a fan of this federation, obviously I would be cheering for Chief Brown Bear to win the title from Lou Thesz. Oh, I forgot that Nagurski was a Canadian heavyweight champion. That is a real title also at the time. Actually, I got to keep up with that to make sure that... oh, you know what? Huh. That's not... I thought I had the NWA title of the era. NWA British Empire. Canadian heavyweight. Hold on, I got to get a little closer so I can look at these. Because, the title that Thesz carried is nothing like the title that Tyrus holds on the Greg Gutfeld show now. But, I mean, worst case scenario... This is it right here. You know what? The belt's not on Thesz, so we need to back out of this. Give me a second. We gotta actually go put the belt on Thesz. And we gotta do it here in the universe, so... My universe. Championships, okay. So Chris, I think it's you that's still watching. Thanks for sticking it out. I hope it's been entertaining. Obviously, as we get further into the world of wrestling, and it'll get more along the lines of entertaining. I think it'll be also a little better once they get to the next WWE game. But I've got all the wrestlers made for 1950, so I'm going to finish off on this game. Okay, Chief Brown Bear versus Lou Thesz. We need to turn the title match on. Oh, we need to confirm Thesz. We need to select championship. There it is. Okay. All right. May 26th, 1950. And we are starting the show in 3, 2, 1. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday Night Wrestling from the Ottawa Auditorium. With the end of May comes a surprise championship match. the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance champion, has come to town to defend the 10 pounds of gold, the most prestigious title in wrestling today, here in Ottawa, against our champion, Chief Brown Bear. Chief Brown Bear won the title on April 14th. He's wrestling for the 5th time this year out of Colquittum, British Columbia, up against the champion, Lou Thez, who is making his debut on Friday nights. Let's see how this match stacks up. Thez, 34 years of age. He has been champion of the National Wrestling Alliance. Let me look at my notes here. So as this match gets underway, Thez has a size advantage on Brown Bear and immediately takes Brown Bear off his feet and puts him in a headlock. Lou Thez won the title on November 27th, 1949, so not quite a year yet. He defeated Orville Brown, the first champion to win this belt. Brown Bear wants to get double champions, become a double champion. Takes Thez off his feet. Thez, the purveyor of a diving maneuver, he refers to it as a Thez press, and Brown Bear knocks Thez out of the ring, and Thez immediately is grabbing a hold of his tailbone. This is for all the gold. This is for the prestigious. Only the World Championship is on the line. Brown Bear will remain Canadian champion regardless of the outcome of this match. Missing with a clothesline. He's got Thez up on his shoulders, bringing him back in the ring. Brown Bear knows that he cannot win, dropping him across the apron. I thought he was going to put him back in the ring. He cannot win the National Wrestling Alliance Championship outside the ring. Brown Bear tosses Thez back in. Going for the cover. Referee way out of position, but Thez is able to kick out. You're not going to keep the champion down. Small package maneuver. The referee looking for a room to get it to count, and Thez is able to get out quickly. Brown Bear calculating, dropping the arm. The fans strongly behind their native son. Remember, this is Ottawa. British Columbia is way across the country, but he's still Canadian, whereas Lou Thez out of St. Louis, Missouri, he's from south of the border, and the Canadian fans prefer their man to be champion. Thez dropping Brown Bear face first onto the mat. Now the champ. Thez press! But he does not go for the cover. Now he does. Brown Bear is able to kick out. Thez wondering, he just put him through his favorite finisher, but Bear is able to kick out. What is Thez doing? This is unlike the champ. He missed. Brown Bear is able to get out of the way. And Bear goes for the cover, but Thez gets to get out of there before the referee even connects for a 1 count. Taking the champ down with a belly-to-belly suplex. Going to work on Thez's lower gut, but Thez reverses it into a backbreaker, and Thez takes a bow. Thez has been champion for 6 months, coming off with a high kick after defeating Orville Brown for the championship at the Los Angeles Olympic Auditorium. He is no stranger to big matches. Brown Bear dropping Thez face first across the top rope. Now he drags him back in the ring and goes to work on that arm. We've told you before that Brown Bear likes to finish his opponents off with an Indian deathlock. I'm not sure how he's going to get the world champion to submit, though. But Brown Bear is staying on the attack. He has to win to become world champion. He has to get it inside the ring. Pinfall, submission. Reverses Thez out and driving him face first down into the mat. Brown Bear staying on the attack. Oh, and Thez is able to smack heads with Brown Bear, get the advantage back into a full Nelson. Brown Bear reversing it. Elbow to the back of the neck. And a neck breaker. Brown Bear takes him down. Step over toe hold. Driving that ankle into the mat. Dragging him into the center of the ring. Goes for the cover. No, Thez is able to kick out. Thez kicks out of the match, out of the pinfall attempt. Goes for the backbreaker. Dragging him back into the center of the ring now. Going for the pinfall attempt again. Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, the 6-month reign of Lou Thez is over. We have a new National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion, Chief Brown Bear, in his first championship match, takes Thez and wins the title, and now that means Brown Bear is going to be touring the world as your World Heavyweight Champion. An amazing accomplishment for the young man out of British Columbia. 30 years of age, he is your champion now. A double champion. He still will have to defend the Canadian Championship, folks.
National Wrestling Alliance World Champion, Brown Bear.
Unbelievable. Shocker, to say the least. Nobody gave this young kid a chance. He is the champion of the world. Congratulations to Chief Brown Bear, and thank you for joining us on another Friday Night Wrestling from the Ottawa Auditorium. Alright, well, what do I do about that? So obviously I'm not going to have Brown Bear going around defending the NWA title everywhere, because that would be silly. But that was definitely a shocker. What I'll do is, whenever Brown Bear appears, I guess I'll do a little research, see what Lou Thez did, and I don't know, maybe Thez gets the belt back from him quickly. Hard to say, though. So anyway, thanks for joining us. It was a quicker show this week. Real quick, before we exit, I'm going to look ahead at the June matches. There was a one match on June 2nd. It'll be... Hold on. Yeah. Danny Dusek versus JJ Hillary. It's weird they only had one match. It was less than it was a 30-minute match, but yep, only one match. Oh, come on. I'll do the rest. June 9th, there's 4 matches. It's a #1 contender tournament for the championship. Now, Chief Brown Bear was in that tournament. He is the champion in this universe, so the original champion, Whipper Billy Watson, will be in that tournament. June 16th, continuing the tournament. And then June 23rd, there's 5 shows in June. June 23rd, the the number one contenders tournament. It went to a time limit draw on the original writing, so on June 30th there was a rematch. I'll figure out how to work it if there is not a time limit draw. So thanks for joining us. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thanks again. Next Friday night, it'll be June of 1950. Until then, I'm Vinny Vincent. God bless America. Well, actually, since we're doing Canadian wrestling, God bless Canada.